Hi witches, blessed be. This is WhiteRaven over here. Today is Thursday, so happy Magic Thursday to all of you guys. I realized that I've been sharing videos with you guys on Thursdays a few times. So today's Thursday, and it's funny because it's really sunny outside. We just finished with a major wicked storm. But now it's sunny outside, very humid and very hot. So here you go. This is like a second part of the video that I shared with you a couple of days ago to get your neighbor to stop doing stuff to you. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about banishing, okay? Because this is very simple and I want you guys to know the basics, because once you know the basics, this is all you need to banish a bad coworker, a bad roommate, a bad neighbor, about whatever. Okay, the most important thing that you need to have is some banishing powder or hot foot powder, however you want to call it. The recipes vary a little bit from here to there depending on where is it coming from. In some places they add some things, and in other places they don't. I have a video here in my channel in which I teach you how to do banishing powder. Banishing powder is amazing, and it works so well. It has worked so well for me for so many different occasions. Okay, so this is something I really swear by. This is something that you should have. It comes from Hoodoo. So it's a mix of different spices and powders. Some of the spices that are here in this bottle are a little bit irritant to your skin and to your nose, so you don't want to breathe them. You have to stay away from the fumes. It's getting dark again. So you have to be very careful when you're handling this. If you can use gloves, if you're very sensitive, use gloves when dealing with this. A mask if you have asthma, and stuff like that. So be very careful. Did I say careful? In this case, I also going to do the, I'm going to talk to you about the Flying Devil's Oil. Flying Devil's Oil, and this recipe that I have over here is from my amazing Judy Kaila's book, The Encyclopedia of 5,000 Spells, which is a book that I told you 1,000 times that you should get if you want to learn where I get some of my spells. That's one of my books. But Flying Devil Oil, it's used a lot for protection. This is just pure oil and chili peppers, like really hot chili peppers. This is here because this is a bad boy. This is a really bad boy. Now, this is a really good oil for protection against hexes and stuff like that. So if you think like your neighbor is sending to you bad energy and all that stuff, and we want to get rid of him, but on top of that we want to block any kind of like dark energy that person is sending to you, that's a good oil to use. So I'm going to use this in a recipe that I'm going to share with you guys. But before we go into any spells that I'm going to be sharing with you, that's already in the back of my throat and everything is close. What do you do with this? It's just so simple, guys. So simple. When you're using banishing oil, you're going to sprinkle this. Whatever your enemy, your opposer, the person that is causing conflict in your life, the person that is driving you crazy, walks. You're just gonna sprinkle in there. Some people sprinkle it in, like they try to follow the steps of the person and they sprinkle it in every other step. Some other people sprinkle it in a shape of a cross. Me personally, the way I have used it, I sprinkle this inside shoes. I sprinkle this in thresholds where the person walks all the time. And I have done it in purses. Now, you have to be very careful because since this has irritants, when the person touches and maybe touch their face, they're going to feel something in their face. So just letting you know, don't go crazy over it, because you can cause a lot of harm to this younger human, and that other human, if she or he is smart enough and knows about magic, is going to know that you've been using hot foot powder or banishing powder on them. So you have to be very careful, and you also have to be very mindful of pets. Okay, so this is not something that you're going to make a mountain out of this powder. You have to legit sprinkle this. And when I tell you sprinkle, sprinkle. And rest assured, this stuff is powerful. It will work. So know the basics. If you want to get rid of anybody, a coworker, a neighbor, what are you going to do on a neighbor? If the neighbor doesn't have a camera in their house, they don't have a dog, and it's very accessible. The front porch and all that stuff is accessible. You can put it under their doormat. You can put it sprinkle under, again, where they park their car, because they're gonna walk in there. All right. You can sprinkle this in their on the path to their door. Okay. And once you do this, you have to focus on the intentions. You want this person to leave, and you legit, while you're sprinkling this, you're chanting, so and so, I want you out of here. So and so, I want you out of here. And if you want to make this a little bit more positive, and you don't want any kind of like dark energies coming back at you, or bad energies coming back at you, then open a way for him or for her. Imagine that he's moving away because he's moving on his own accord. It's not you necessarily kicking him out, but this person finds something better to do, another place to go, a better job, a better house. And then again, be very mindful, because maybe your next door neighbor is a person that really bother you, but he's not just as bad as the person that may come in that house. So again, when we're doing magic, and this is what I told you last time, magic goes both ways. Magic does not go one way. What you throw out there will come back at you eventually. So wait the outcome of this spell. Okay, and analyze. When we do magic and we start learning magic, we design spells. What is it exactly that you want? If you want that person leaving, you want that person doing something better, leaving on their own accord, or they're just pure evil people that you want them out, but right away, right? So those are the things that you want to weight in the scale of, like, I don't want to say scale of justice, but in the scale of like, okay, how much do I want this spell to come back at me and bite me in the ass? Okay, that's all. So there you go. You have Banishing powder here. We have Flying Devil's oil. And I'm going to tell you about 2 spells that you're going to do if you want to be more ceremonial about this. Okay, there's lots of spells out there. Lots of spells. Some of them I'm not going to share with you because they're very complicated and they're very long and they're very elaborated. And my channel is Basic Magic. So I'm going to share with you the most common ones, and one that I really like, and I said, you know what, I'm going to share this with you guys because I really like it. So the first one that I'm going to share with you is something that is very common, and it's usually what you're going to find that every single get rid of neighbors and bad people is going to tell you. You are going to sweep their steps, meaning wherever they walk, you're going to sweep that dirt and you're going to gather that dirt. If the person lives in your house and you can gather, and they wear sneakers and you can gather dirt from their sneakers or their shoes, do that. It's not going to be a lot. I mean, I gathered this from outside, but it's going to look something like this, maybe even less, depending if you're sweeping like the sidewalk than sweeping the floor in your office. All right. If the person walks in carpet, we'll grab some of the hairs of the carpet. All right, and that's what we're gonna do. So once you have all that gathered, you're gonna have to put it in a cauldron or a container that is completely 100% fireproof, because we're going to be burning here. Okay, so I'm going to put all this dirt in there, right, of the person that you sweep the floor. If you can't do that, then this spell is not for you. Well, you want me to tell you. To that, shouldn't be touching this with my bare hand, but you're gonna find chili peppers, dry chili peppers, and you're going to put that inside the dirt. Okay, now they have to be red dry chili peppers, spicy one, really hot ones. Okay, that's what you need. Now after you gather all this, you're going to go outside at night and you're going to light this on fire. Obviously, I'm not going to light this on fire here because number one, I'm not getting rid of any neighbors, and number two, I'm not going to burn a chili pepper in my witchy room because I'll die with the fumes. You have a chili pepper in there, so you have to be very sure that you have a lot of ventilation when you're burning this. Do not burn this it has to be completely open. You have to go to a backyard and it has to be completely open. Okay, you're gonna light it on fire and you're gonna step back because all those fumes need to burn and they're extremely irritant. Okay, but that's gonna make that person, look, mira, se mueven, se van, they leave right away. They're gonna be leaving, okay? So you have to go through that, but just make sure that you're not close to that fume because they're going to kick your ass. All right? Please be very mindful. And while you're doing this, you're gonna be chanting this. We're gonna be using the god Mars. This god of movement by the power of Mars. So if you wanna do this on a Tuesday, even better. Speed on your way. By the power of Mars, speed on your way. That's just so easy, guys. Like, that's very simple. Light this on fire, let it burn, keep on chanting, chanting the same thing. By the powers of Mars, speed on your way. Okay, and you keep chanting and you keep chanting and you keep chanting until it's done. And you visualize and you just send this person out of your way. Okay, so that's that one. Another one that I really like, another spell that I really like is this one that is it's so simple. I really like this one. You're gonna get a 7-day candle. Listen, they sell this in Walmart. Legit. They sell this in Target. They sell this in Walmart. You wanna go online and buy it online, fine, by all means. But if you have Spanish people living around you, you're gonna find this. It has to be red. All right? Please, if you don't find this, then find a long, big candle, okay? But the thing is, with a skewer stick, you need to make 5 holes on it. You see that? You're making 5 holes in there, okay? You don't have to go all the way down, okay? But you need 5 holes. And what we're gonna do there, you can either put hot food powder or devil's flying oil. Or if you don't want to use a flying devil oil, you can put the hot food powder in oil and you can put it in there, okay? Or you can do both. Now, you have to put very little, okay? So in this case, I'm going to choose to put this one. So make sure you have, I forget the name of this. A dropper, sorry, my mind. You need to have a dropper. We're gonna get some of the oil and I'm gonna put it in those holes. Not a lot, okay guys? And needless to say, when you're lighting up this candle, make sure that you're paying attention. Listen, you don't need a lot, okay? These will cut on fire, guys. This is going to burn more than normal. So the way I learned in Puerto Rico, back in Puerto Rico, when I used to burn my 7-day candles, I used to put the candle inside a big pot, like the biggest pot that you have where you boil your pasta and all that stuff. I used to put water on it and then put the candle inside. You don't know how many times these things break. Okay, which they say they are actually working. When they break, they're working. But you have to be very careful. And this is a 7-day candle. A lot of people let them on forever and ever and ever, and they disregard them. So if you're going to do something like that, I suggest for you to put this in water. Okay, in a pot with water, and then just light it. All right, just in case. So what are you gonna do? In a paper, you're gonna write the name of your neighbor 9 times. Neighbor, 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 9 times, okay? Something like that. Of course, I'm not writing anything. And then you're gonna cross the name of the neighbor. If you don't know the name of your neighbor, because this is something somebody asked me before, just put neighbor. If you know the address of the house, neighbor of house 25234 of this so-and-so of number street, right? Or neighbor that has the really loud dog. Sometimes it's not your next door neighbor. Sometimes it's a neighbor around the house that you hear a dog every night barking that doesn't let you sleep and you don't know which one is the house. So dog with the loud dog. Neighbor with the loud dog. So once you write the neighbor's name like that, you're going to cross it. And you're going to put it over here. Please move away. Please move away. You're moving away. You're moving away. By the power of my... Whatever you feel you need to write in there. But the most important part is that you need to have your intentions. So you're going to cross the person. Something like that. You're going to put the paper under your candle. And you're going to light the candle. until it's consumed, guys. So if you can do this in a day that you're off, this candle takes 7 days. So until this light is consumed, that spell will take that long. Hopefully it'll take less time, but you want to burn this candle through. All right, so there you go. Again, hot foot powder. This is something that you should have. I'm going to link the video of the recipe of hot foot powder or banishing powder, because this is something you need to have at home, because this is the basic way for you to get rid of everything. Once you have this, you have the basic. All right, everything else is just different spells and different rituals for you to go about getting rid of people. But this is it. This is it. And this is not only for getting rid of neighbors, but we're really getting rid of bad co-workers, bad boss, anything. You get rid of things with this, and use your imagination. This is endless. The possibilities are endless. You don't have the office. This person does not work with you. It's a co-worker that works in a home office, and they're driving you crazy. Get their card, put hot foot powder on it, and do the spell on the card. The sky is the limit. Just make sure you have this at home. This is more for protection, but this is something that if you want to use to accompany this, you can, because this is going to protect you from any backlash that neighbor may be sending at you after you do this spell. All right. Oh my God, this was so long, but I really hope you like it, and I really hope you learn. Chili peppers, really hot ones. Chili peppers in here too. All right, hot foot powder, banishing powder. I will teach you the recipe. I'm going to link the video here. A 7-day red candle. Put some holes on it, put some oil on it, and burn the candle with your petition underneath. All right, please email me, lairofthewitch@yahoo.com. If you don't want your business in the comments in YouTube, lairofthewitch@yahoo.com. I am also in Facebook, Witch's Lair, WhiteRaven, and Witch's Lair. WhiteRaven and Witch's Lair. I'm also in Facebook. Check me up in Facebook. lairofthewitch@yahoo.com. Email me. I don't work for people. I already told you guys, okay? And you got to pardon me, but sometimes I'm very blunt, okay? Make sure you're not a casual witch. You're not coming to me because you want a quick fix for a situation that you can solve probably in any other ways. Until next time, stay wicked. Bye.